أولا الاحتلال جيوسياسيا الحروب والمعاهدات. أولا denotes the first item here. أولا. Okay, number one. الاحتلال is occupation from احتل. الاحتلال. When you say الاحتلال الصهيوني, we are referring to the Zionist occupation. Geosiyasian. This is modern Arabic. Geo is from geo, or geography, from geography. Geografia. Siyasian means political. So siyasian is the adjective of siyasa, which is politics. This makes it mean political occupation. Okay? And then colons. Al-Hurub wal-Mu'ahadat. Al-Hurub is the plural of Al-Harb, which means war. Al-Mu'ahadat is referring to the plural of treaty. So treaties. Al-Mu'ahadat from Ahada. Ahd. Ahdullah, the treaty with God. Right? And here it means the treaties between countries, of course, in this context. Harb سنة 1967. Okay? Harb here, as we saw, is the singular of al-hurub, harb, war. Sanat means the year. So, harb sanat, the war of the year 1967. جذورها وتبعاتها. جذورها is referring to al-jidr, which is the root, like in Arabic, جذر الفعل, the root of the verb. جذور is the roots, the plural of jidr. Wa'if, conjunction here. تبعاتها. Okay, تبعاتها. The consequences, right? Let's look it up. What follows it? Right, so that we're talking about the harb here, harb of 1967, its roots and what follows it. أعلنت مجموعة من المنظمات الصهيونية. The Arabic phrases are of two types, right? So there is the type that starts with a noun, and there are phrases or sentences that start with a verb. In this case, the sentence starts with a verb, namely أعلنت, verb أعلن, meaning to make public, to announce. أعلنت مجموعة من المنظمات الصهيونية. So مجموعة it means groups, okay? مجموعة is one group. So we're talking about a group here. مجموعة من, a group of, right? This is a preposition meaning of. مجموعة من, a group of what? المنظمات الصهيونية, right? منظمات means organizations, a plural. الصهيونية means Zionist. So what did they declare, these groups or these organizations? التي شاركت في حرب النكبة. These are descriptions of the subject. So we keep reading until we hit the object. التي شاركت في حرب النكبة قيام دولة إسرائيلية. Okay, here's our object. We found it. So أعلنت قيام دولة إسرائيلية. So they announced قيام, the establishment, قيام, the establishment, the founding, exactly, of an Israeli dawla. So قيام دولة, the establishment of a Israeli country or state. Dawla is a state. So we found that these organizations that are Sahiyuniya, Sahiyuniya means Zionists, so take note of that. قيام دولة, establishment, قيام establishment, دولة إسرائيلية, Israeli state. Dawla is state. Take note of that as well. Now, everything else is a description, a details of this event. Okay, the establishment of this state. بتاريخ, right? This is the date of establishing that state known as Israel, right? 14/5/1985. على مساحة 78% من مساحة فلسطين الانتدابية. Okay, so على, a preposition referring to a placement. على, on top of. مساحة, مساحة is the surface. مساحة is surface. 78%. فالمئة is percent. Maybe you've guessed it here. المئة, مئة means 100. A number, فالمئة means a percentage. It's referring to a percentage. So على مساحة 78 على مساحة 78% من مساحة فلسطين الانتدابية. So من مساحة فلسطين, مساحة again here means the area, surface area of Palestine, of Palestine. So 78% of the territory of Palestine was taken, was used to establish this Israeli state. Here there's a dot. Using these commas and dots, you can break down your sentences. We move on. وهجرت تلك المنظمات. هجرت is a verb, which means the following statement is a verbal statement. Okay, so we're going to focus on the verb here, هجرت, and then after that we're going to focus on the subject. But first, let's see what هجرت means. هجرت is from hijra, immigration. هجر means migrated. هجر. When you say هجر with the shadda here, we have the shadda, هجر. It follows the pattern of فعل that usually means an external agent made the subject take a certain action. So هجر means they left. هجر means they pushed them to leave, to deport or banish. So هجرت تلك المنظمات. So هجرت, the verb. The subject is تلك المنظمات. تلك is اسم الإشارة للبعيد. So it's the demonstrative pronouns for distant objects, and it's pointing to المنظمات. We said المنظمات الصهيونية. Do you remember what المنظمات الصهيونية are? The Zionist organizations. So when you say تلك المنظمات, it's pointing to the المنظمات الصهيونية. Okay? So هجرت تلك المنظمات, those organizations, آنذاك, like back at that time. آنذاك is pointing to a distant time. We still haven't found our object yet. So هجرت تلك المنظمات, what? What did they هجر? What did they deport? ما يقارب 800,000 فلسطيني. يقارب, قارب is getting close to, right? In this context, it's approximately, okay? 800,000 Palestinians. 800,000 Palestinians. So, they deported approximately 800,000 Palestinians out of their lands. Okay? What else? The junction. هدمت. هدمت means to destroy. Usually هدمت is used with buildings. نحو 531 قرية. So هدم is a فعل that requires a subject and an object. We're still talking about تلك المنظمات. If you read on until the dot here, there is no subject after the هدمت. So it refers to the previous subject. So هدمت, demolished. What? نحو 531 قرية. So نحو is like ما يقارب. It's used in the same way, to approximate. And maybe here it's used as نحو, not ما يقارب, to avoid repetition. So نحو means approximately. 531 قرية. Okay? قرية is a village. Okay? We said here that دولة is a state. قرية is a village. Okay? In the قرية in the Quran has been used so many times. جاء من القرية رجل. From the village, a man appeared or came. They demolished about 531 villages. And you read on أزيلت وطهرت عرقيا. Again, this is another verb, and this is another verb, and there is no subject after them. They refer to the previous object, which is here in this case قرية. قرية أزيلت وطهرت. أزيلت, it got uprooted. وطهرت عرقيا, it was ethically cleansed. So it got uprooted and ethically cleansed. These 531 قرية. ثم خضع من تبقى من الفلسطينيين. ثم, thereafter, then, خضع, خضوع, surrendered, gave up, right? من تبقى, خضع, again, that's a verb. Verbal sense. This is جملة فعلية. خضع, surrendered, who? من تبقى من الفلسطينيين. خضع could be an intransitive. It's actually intransitive. They gave up. خضع. you can add an object to it, but the meaning can be complete with خضع plus a subject, and that's it. من تبقى من الفلسطينيين. من who تبقى were left amongst الفلسطينيين Palestinians. ممن ظلوا تحت سيطرة الدولة الوليدة لحكم عسكري جائر استمر حتى سنة 1966. So whatever is left from the Palestinians, right? They give up to the new tyrant government. استمر حتى سنة. Right? This is another verb. You don't find a subject here. You'll go look back. The most recent object or subject. حكم عسكري جائر. There it is. That's an object. It's referring to the object. So this حكم عسكري جائر, this regime that is militant and that is tyrant. عسكري means militant. Military is العسكر, right? جائر means tyrant in this context, right? Unjust, unfair, oppressive. استمر. So this government, this ruler, reign, authority, حكم, authority, استمر, lasted, continued, right? It lasted حتى until سنة. سنة, we saw سنة, it means عام, right? سنة means year. 1966. From 1948 to 1966. This is how it started. These are very important words. They are very useful to understand news. If you're following news, if you're seeing them in Arabic, or even videos you might watch on YouTube or on social media, and you find and you hear these words a lot. You know them by now, hopefully. Maybe next time I'll continue the next paragraph here. It's taken a long time. If people found this beneficial, helpful, I'll continue. Otherwise, I think this is just an experimentation, I would say. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you maybe in the next episode, inshallah. Dumtum salimin.